Hi, welcome to Melissa's Money Mindset. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is specifically dedicated to helping you find new and improved ways to make money, tried and true ways to make money, so that we can hopefully diversify your income and set you up for financial success. Now, many of you probably know that I've been selling on the Amazon Merch on Demand program since 2017. But what I don't talk much about is that I also simultaneously started 2 Etsy stores at the same time. Now today, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into those because I feel like I've been missing out, and I'm going to explain why. So one of the most common questions that I get as an Etsy seller is, do you sell PNG files? And for years and years, I said, no, I don't want to sell you a PNG file. I want to sell you a t-shirt that's more expensive with my PNG design printed on it. But now, as a more experienced e-commerce seller, I see the value in simply making a sale versus making no sale at all. Now, if a customer is taking time out of their busy lives to reach out to me, I've come to realize that the chances of them actually purchasing something from me if I respond to them is extraordinarily high. So even though these customers might not be asking to purchase what I want them to purchase, which is a t-shirt, which is a little bit more expensive, they still want to purchase something from me. And the important part about that is that if your store is consistently making sales, the Etsy algorithm will naturally boost your visibility within the Etsy search results. And that's important because the more eyeballs are on your store, the more sales you're going to make. So at the end of the day, I would rather make one sale and have increased visibility within Etsy than make no sales and decreased visibility. Now, I know that some of you are going to say my exact thoughts a few years ago, which is, why would you sell somebody a PNG file when they could likely just turn around and sell that PNG file and make profits for themselves? And that's a valid question. That's a valid point. But I've found that that really is not necessarily the case for any of the customers that I've sold PNG files to. They usually are reaching out for an important life event, maybe the birth of a child, a wedding, an upcoming family reunion, a graduation, something important like that. And they simply want the PNG file so that they can take it to a local print store and just mass print a few shirts for whatever their upcoming event is. Now, in addition to having more consistent sales, responding to this customer via the Etsy messaging platform can actually help you get even closer to that coveted Etsy star seller rating. And once you have that rating and you have that fast response label at the top of your store, again, Etsy will naturally boost you within their search results. At the end of the day, and this has been a hard lesson for me to learn, it's about progress and not perfection. So in today's video, I'm going to bring you along with me. We're going to look at some of the top selling Etsy PNG stores, and then I'm going to walk you through just how easy it is to list your PNGs for sale on the Etsy platform using one of my favorite tools, Sales Samurai. So before we jump into the research and the uploading, if you could please do me a huge favor and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss another money-making tip. Let's get right into it. The first thing that I wanted to establish was exactly how much money you could make by just saying yes to these PNG transactions. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go through Etsy and point out all of the really successful PNG stores, and I'll show you exactly how much they're making on a daily basis. So I've gone through and I've opened up some of the most successful stores, as you can see here. And so now I'm going to head over to Sales Samurai, which is the software I wanted to talk about in this video. And I'm going to show you exactly how much these stores are making per month. So to get to Sales Samurai, you can either just Google Sales Samurai or you can go to salesamurai.io. Now, since I'm already a Sales Samurai subscriber, I'm just going to sign in. But if you're not already a member, I highly suggest that you check out their free 3-day trial. And if you like what you see, at the end of 3 days, you can sign up for a subscription at either $9.99 per month for their monthly plan or $99.99 per year for their yearly plan. Now, when you log into Sales Samurai, it'll look like this. Now, the founder has made all of these YouTube videos that explain exactly what all of these modules on the left side here do. So before you start, I highly encourage you to watch those first. Now today I'm going to head over to the competition tracker where I've already input these stores that I was talking about. So you can see the Bailey Designed Co. has 371,000 sales. All these other stores that I was showing you previously are all in here. So you can see their sales, their listings, how many listings they have live, how many likes they've received, how long the store has been open. And then I also really like this feature here. So let's click on sales history. And you can see this is just the past month of sales. And you can see that this store peaked at 222 sales per day. Now, to calculate exactly how much they are making, let's head over to their Etsy store and I will see what they're listing their products for. So this store has a bunch of items for sale, but I'm specifically interested in shirts. So I'm just going to look for shirt. Now this one is listed for $296. So let's do some simple math here. So 296 times 222 is $657.12 per day. Now, granted, they are paying some Etsy fees, and that's kind of hard for us to calculate exactly, but roughly this person is making $657 per day. So that means roughly per month, they're making about $20,000. And since they aren't selling a physical product, these are all digital products, that's mostly profit. So that's an incredible amount of money for honestly not doing that much work once your listings are live. Okay, so that has motivated me enough that I'm going to throw up some PNGs on my Etsy store. So let's head over to the listing creator because you can actually upload things directly inside of Sales Samurai. And also a side note here, I do have a VA and this is a great task for a VA to be able to work on for you. Sometimes Etsy can be sticklers about who else is logging into your Etsy account if you're disclosing that in your About Me section. And it's gotten a few people in trouble. Now, if they're doing it from inside of Sales Samurai, that's completely fine because they don't have direct access to your Etsy account. So I'm going to show you exactly how Sales Samurai can push these items to draft on your Etsy store. And then all you have to do is go in and publish those items for sale. So once you click on the listing creator, you'll be brought to this page. Now, it's important to pay attention to these tips on the left-hand side. If you are correctly filling out each of these criteria, then these will change from a yellow X to a green check mark. So let's do our best to try to really optimize our listing here and meet all of these criteria. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to be putting up a design that says I'm the favorite aunt. So I put in my main keyword, which is aunt. I clicked on get suggestions, and now I can see all of these potential keywords. So aunt t-shirts, aunt shirt, aunt gift, aunt is, aunt sweatshirt. So all of these things. Now I'm just going to continue through this process. So I'm going to click on next. Now, as long as your Etsy store is linked, you'll be able to see your shop name right here. If you have multiple shops, this is really important. Make sure that you are uploading to the correct shop. So you can just toggle right here in between all of your Etsy stores if you have multiple like I do. Now, I've already keyworded this for a t-shirt design, so I'm just going to copy paste my t-shirt title, and then I'll show you a few important changes that you should make for a PNG downloadable item. So here's my I'm the favorite aunt t-shirt, and I'm going to change t-shirt to PNG. So I'm going to delete the end of this title because I'm going to have to include a few product specific keywords. All right, so that should be good. I've added PNG here. I'm the favorite aunt PNG. And then at the end, I've added PNG design, digital download, instant download only, meaning that people will not be receiving a physical product in the mail. They'll only be receiving a downloadable PNG file. Now, who made this? I did. What is it? I say it's a supply or a tool to make things. When was it made? This was made recently, so between 2020 and 2024. And then for the category, since I'm intending for this to be printed on clothing, I usually choose art and collectibles, drawing and illustration, digital. So you'll see that option right here. Renewal, I personally always choose manual. I would just personally rather kind of test the waters and see if this is actually going to sell before I pay to have it automatically renew. Now for the item description, I'm again going to copy and paste what I wrote for my t-shirt design, but I'm going to also tweak a few things. So here's my main description. Are you a new aunt or simply want to show off that you're clearly the favorite of the group? Babysit and play with your favorite little kids and spoil them rotten. Give this as a gift to all related aunts and friends of new babies today. And then this is really important. So I always like to add a little bit of a disclaimer in here. So here I'm specifying that this is a downloadable PNG. This is not a physical product. So we're setting very clear expectations with our customers. This is a digital design for sublimation only. This is not an SVG. An SVG is a vector. It's a different kind of file completely, and it cannot be used in place of a cutting file. This is also letting customers know that they can resize this PNG as needed, but they may not sell or share this design as a digital file. Its use is specifically for physical products. So I also say that the PNG provided will be free of watermarks, and due to the nature of this sale, no refunds will be available. Now, if you want to get really technical, of course, you can expand on this, but I think for the purposes of today's video, this is completely fine. Now I'm going to move on to the tag section. So I highly recommend adding all 13 tags. And also you can use Sales Samurai to do the research for this. I have previously done this, so I have optimized my keywords. So I'm just going to use my existing keywords. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've input all of my tags. I usually leave materials blank, price. So since that other store was selling each design for $2.96, I took it upon myself to look at some of the other stores. So this one is selling them for $2.88. Now, these stores obviously are much bigger than mine, and so I'm going to list mine a little bit lower. I'm thinking probably $2.49. And then for quantity, I always just max out the quantity because there's really obviously no limit for a digital product. So I'm just going to say $999. Now, here is the important part. So you'll have to toggle this down from a physical product here because obviously we don't need to ship this item. The item doesn't have a weight or dimensions. Down to digital. So make sure you're selecting a digital product. And then all you have to do is drag the file over and drop it here and click on next. So you'll see at the bottom, connecting to Etsy store, successful creation of a listing draft. So now I'm going to head over to the store and show you what it'll look like on my store side. So once you head over to your Etsy store, make sure you go to your draft section. As I said, this will be in your draft section, and then you will have to just manually go in and publish this. So the title has imported, the photo has imported, and then here is the digital file. So the only thing to keep in mind here is that all of your files have to be less than 20 megabytes. So just keep that in mind. This one is obviously within the size allowance. Then you'll be able to see the description, the price that I had set, the quantity. Now I don't have any additional SKUs. I don't need to allow restock requests at the moment. I think almost 1,000 products is totally fine. I don't have any variations. This is a digital file. It's under the correct category. And now under attributes, I usually don't fill much of this out at all because, well, the color is white. There's not a secondary color. The width and the height are adjustable, and so is the orientation. So I usually just leave all of that. You can see all of my tags here. Shipping is completely blank because people will be able to download the files immediately after purchase. And then here it says no returns or exchanges, as I stated above in the description section. Another thing that you can do to make your PNG files really easy to find for customers is to add a dedicated shop section. So I'm going to drop down this menu right here and toggle down to PNG file. So since my entire store is not dedicated to PNG files, I have just made a shop section dedicated to PNGs so customers can easily find it there. Now, if you're planning on opening a store specifically dedicated to all PNGs, then your shop sections could look something like this, where it describes what each PNG is like: teacher, education, healthcare, nursing, sports, fitness, lifestyle, pet, wedding. Just be specific so that people can easily select which kind of PNG file they're looking for. Now here, if you want to feature this listing, you can do that, or you can also toggle on Etsy ads if you want this product to be included and advertised on Etsy. Now remember, you have to pay for that, so be careful if you haven't looked at Etsy ads before or set that up. Now, the only other thing that I could think to include in this listing is a mock-up. So I use Printful to fulfill my t-shirt side of this business. So I'm just going to use a mock-up that I downloaded directly from Printful. Very easy to do. And I've just dragged and dropped it over here in this section. Now, we should be completely good to go. All I have to do is click on Publish with Changes. You'll be charged the listing fee. And then here you can see my listing is live. So that was it. That's my entire process for uploading a PNG file to your Etsy store. Now, I will say it can sometimes take up to 90 days for Etsy to accurately index your new listings. So just give it a little bit of time. If you're not seeing sales immediately, just be patient. Now, again, feel free to check out Sales Samurai yourself. I do have a promo code with them. You can use my code MMM20 to get 20% off your Sales Samurai subscription. Again, that code is MMM20 to get 20% off your Sales Samurai subscription. I think their prices are really affordable, and considering you can use a VA very easily using their software, I would highly, highly recommend it. That is a huge time saver. Feel free to comment down below if you sell PNGs on your Etsy store, if you're considering it after this video, and let me know how your e-commerce journey is going. Now, as always, feel free to follow me on my social channels right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.